Mayor Larry Smith presiding.
Come up with some word of prayer and then we'll pledge. Father, we're truly thankful today. We thank the blessings of life, Lord. We thank for the opportunities you give us. And Lord, just ask you to be with this meeting tonight as we deliberate your business, that everything done, said here, in accordance to your will. We ask all things in your name. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Blake Garner. Aubrey Harris.
Here.
David McCullers.
Here.
Chad Belton. Terry McCormick.
Here.
Ryan Sith. Pamela Carroll.
Here.
Jimmy Hollingsworth. Tricia Underwood.
Here.
Keith Jernigan.
Here.
Jay Weatherford.
Here.
Adam Soul.
Here.
Brenda Colley.
Here.
Philip Hollingsworth.
Here.
Jimmy Ray. Jeff Kelly.
Here.
Nikki Moore. Brad Hunt. Doug Knight.
Here.
Willie Tapp.
All right, we did have a quorum, but, you have a copy of the agenda in front of you there, and obviously this is a call meeting, so the only business we can talk about tonight is the business before us here at this meeting here, and this is about, of course, the production for the Trace Adkins bid, is what it is, and you have a copy of the bids, and I'll try to answer any questions you might have there about that. I had a conversation with the guy from Production One this afternoon, and he is the only bidder that we received, the only bid that we received. And of course, one thing that drove the price up more, I guess, is because, you know, the kind of last minute deal where he's got to kind of jump through some hoops to get this done, as we talked about. Then I guess the biggest thing, he'd already called the day that after the committee meeting that we had, and said that he did not figure in his bid at that time the sound for the open acts, and that was more because the equipment for Trace Adkins does not double for the open acts, so you would have to have other equipment for that, and that's one reason. The one bid was, I think the other bid was $56,000 on one of the other bidders, but at any rate, that made a difference in the cost, and I don't know, it's just different things adds to it, but anyway. Any questions I might answer about it? But we did get one. I called all these guys, you know, and talked to all three of the ones that bid the last time, and apologized to them for the county and for myself and for what had happened here. And I told them straight up, I said, you know, it's one of them things that happens that nobody wanted to happen, but it did. And, you know, I just want you to know that we would like you to bid on it again. And this guy originally said he was not going to, but he reconsidered, obviously. And the other two don't like they might, but they obviously did not. And I'd asked Valerie to look and see if there's anybody else out there and send them an email and an invite to the bid too. And I don't know, you might chime in on that if you did or not, but I did ask you to do that last Thursday, and solicit other people that might be interested in bidding on it.
I reached out to several companies. Most of them were out of Nashville. I got the same information, which is it's too close to call. This is the type of thing where you want to be, most of the time we're ready 6 months in advance for these types of shows. And so 6 to 8 weeks out is preferable at the very latest. So for people to be able to stretch and get the amount of things that they need at the last minute, which is exactly what this is really quite difficult. And a lot of those bigger companies, they're running tours, they're now doing the hurricane relief shows, things like that. And like when we talk about the sound system that we're looking at for the arena, for example, there's tons of different kinds of speakers. Now there's some you use more commonly and some you use less commonly, and then you add to. So I might have 10, but this contract might call for 14. Well, then I've got to call somebody and rent 4 or borrow 4. You understand. So based off of what the requirements of this was, nobody felt like they could get their hands on the things, all the things that they needed to get their hands on in the amount of time that we had available. So a lot of people chose to forego the opportunity this time. But just so that you're aware, and this is just a little side note to that information, but I'm working with several different promoters, working on pulling shows from Williams, from Crossroads, from Tupelo, and a couple of other different places. And when you work with those types of things, which is something that I hope to address with the November commission, then it takes away this piece of the puzzle where you don't have to worry about it because the promoter handles everything. It also takes away the risk for the county and any money up front, any guarantee up front, all that goes away. So that's something that I've been negotiating for a couple of months to try to get that moving in the right direction, and it won't put us in this predicament again. Any other questions that I can answer for you?
I did get a call today from Tracy's group, and they are gonna, because of some things that's happened beyond their control with what's going on, the $150,000, they're gonna give back $25,000 of that. I'm supposed to get an amendment to their contract in the next couple of days, and they're gonna forego that because of, again, some of the odd events that they've witnessed with what's going on with our situation. Nothing that we've done, but, you know, anyway. So that'll help. And we sold about $30,000 worth of sponsorships for this. I've got to go pick up that. I haven't had time. I've been working at the arena the last couple of days, as Philip can attest, and I haven't had time to go, but I've got to go to Henderson and pick up that $5,000 check tomorrow, hopefully, and it'll be $30,500 in sponsorships that we've raised. So if you take the other $25,000 and add to that, that will almost pay for this, but anyway.
Mr. Valerie, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Are you currently keeping up with the ticket sales? Are you privy to that?
Yes, sir.
Can I get a report?
We are just over 1,200 tickets sold.
Okay.
In an ideal world, I would like to sell somewhere between 2,000 and 2,500, which was my goal from the get-go. And so that's something that I believe I've made aware to everybody who's asked. I think I may have said it in the original commission meeting when we talked about it, but that's where I would like to be in ticket sales as far as attendance.
Thank you.
Is this way that's normally done, all the money up front? Or-
It is the way that it's normally done. But again, that's the piece of the puzzle that I'm trying to take away from us. So it would not be something that we would have to take on ourselves. And that would be at no risk, again, to the county. So, but nobody's going to do that. Nobody's going to go forth and put the risk on themselves and take that on without a contract. They're not going to try to pull acts here and do that kind of stuff until they know that we're working with them and that we're not working with lots of other people and going behind their back and trying to get a better price. It's really, really unprofessional in this industry to do that. And I think that that's probably what has bitten us on this go round. So I'm going to try to avoid that in the future and hopefully, because I want this to be super successful. I am so excited about the opportunity to bring people here. I just want to make sure that we do it the right way and that we're putting all of our energy into it in the right way so that we're not spending money unnecessarily. And so that's what my goal is to hope to avoid.
Tracy's guy today said, well, actually I've talked to 2 or 3 of them this week that have called me for various reasons, but he said today that they were going to start promoting this too, and that they were going to, they felt like they could help with ticket sales considerably too, so that'll be good, but they're going to start doing a push on it also.
Did we ever get it on 104, you know?
I don't know, Russell was handling all of the advertising as far as paid advertising. I did, and most of you know this, I did start a new Facebook account for us in the last couple of weeks. So far, my brand impression has been with 227,000 people, hoping to push that a little further, and that costs $0.
Any other questions, comments?
And the Rick and I are trying to get caught up on everything from a transitional standpoint. So I'm hoping that we're going to be able to do that, and I'll be able to get all the information that I didn't have thus far so that we can make sure that this is going to be successful again.
Yeah, he asked me today, the guy from Trace, he asked me today if anybody was gonna fill Russell's spot, and he felt like it's important that somebody do that to a certain degree, and that they had somebody directly to contact. I know Valerie has been available, but she's got her hands full trying to get the building ready and get everything done out there. As we've all saw this week, it's been quite a struggle to get all that done.
And I appreciate that concern, Mayor, I really do, and I don't think I'm gonna have a problem with it at all. So I'm happy to pick up the slack.
At any rate, he asked a question, and, well, I may try to do something to help if we can. But that's another story for another day, that's not on this agenda. Any other questions?
Motion to approve.
Second. A motion by Philip to approve the agreement contract with Production One, and second by Jeff Kelly. Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, you call the roll, Mr. Clerk.
Aubrey Harris,
Yes.
David McCullough,
Yes.
Terry McCormick,
Yes.
Pamela Carroll,
Yes.
Tricia Underwood,
Good stay.
Keith Jernigan,
Yes.
Jay Weatherford,
Yes.
Adam Toll,
Yeah.
Brenda Cawley,
Yes.
Philip Hollingsworth,
Yes.
Jeff Kelly,
Yes.
Doug Knight,
Yes.
Eleven to one, motion carries. Thank y'all, I appreciate your support on this, and we'll get these folks, I told him I'd call him there at the meeting tonight and let him know that we won the bid, so he could get started on this right away. Thank y'all.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.